Good evening. Welcome. It's Friday night, it's 9 p.m. and we are back here on
How to Ace Your Career.
So guys, like you know, we come here every Friday night to share some learning, some insights on how can you grow in your career, especially for the mid-age professionals. What do I mean by mid-age? People with 12 to 15 plus years of experience. Why can I do this? Who am I? Well, I'm Newton. I'm a career and a life coach, and
I'm Dheeraj. I'm a career coach, business coach, and a life coach. And together, we formed this company called as MD Life Coaching.
So that's why we come here every Friday night to help people resolve their challenges in their current jobs, or probably they are wanting to switch their career, or they're looking for a new job and they're not getting it, or probably they don't know what's their dream job. So all these kind of various topics on how can you grow and ace in your career is what we cover each time when we come here. With a decade of experience that we have coached so many individuals to get 100% results, is all the insights that we bring you here, absolutely free in these live sessions. And we are so glad and happy with the responses that we keep getting from this LinkedIn community when people come up to say that, you know, how these live sessions are helping them grow in their career, become better leaders, resolve issues at work front. Some people have got their dream jobs. So it's really an amazing and a very fulfilling experience. So thank you very much today once again for joining us live on our session. And today we have a wonderful topic. And that topic is MBA or no MBA. Is it really an easy decision? How can you take that decision, especially when you're in your mid-age? So that's what we're going to cover tonight. And I'm sure that that's really going to help each one of you out there to decide what can be done if you have to make this as your career choice to further your career. So without further ado, let's really...
So before that, whatever that we're going to discuss today is not something that we are saying is the ultimate thing. It's based on our own journey, our own experiences of life.
Yes.
And we have put certain thoughts that we are trying to give it to you.
Yes.
So there's nothing that this is the thing. Okay?
Absolutely.
This is what we have experienced and we are trying to share with you. It helps you with that intention. We are trying to do that.
Yes. So it will be probably a framework to guide you to take a decision. But ultimately, the decision is yours. You can make that decision based on certain points that we are going to put here, discuss here, for that you understand which stage of career you're in, where do you belong, and whether this will be a right decision for you or no. So like I said, MBA or no MBA is a very debatable issue. And the two of us sitting here tonight are a classic example of this question. Well, I did my MBA in finance and landed up in a job in sales. Why? Because all the jobs related to finance preferred a CA over an MBA. But a sales job for selling financial products preferred an MBA in finance. So I didn't take up MBA finance to do a sales job, but I didn't have a choice. I had to take up what came in after finishing my degree course. So I started in the field of sales. Whereas Dheeraj, on the other hand,
had just a basic commerce degree, okay, no MBA, and I also got a job in sales. That's the beauty, just the commerce degree. And I moved various industries, and I really did extremely well because I had become an expert in my sales skills. I honed my sales skills, due to which I was doing very good. And a point came.
This is something which I would like to share. So a point came in our careers. We didn't know each other then. A point came in our careers where Dheeraj joined my organization where I was working. It was one of the and is still a number one name in the finance industry. But he joined one level above me, though I had an MBA degree and he was just a graduate. That's where the difference in opinion and the debate begins, right? He was above me because he had 2 more years of experience, which I used while I was pursuing my MBA. He was an outgoing personality which suited for sales. His wide experience in many companies and a track record of surpassing his targets got him that position. Having said that, we cannot generalize the statement that MBA is not helpful. If I look at the entry-level opportunities, both of us struggle to get a job, but I got placed in a better company than him, So my first job was well placed than him. So we both started off from a sales career, but I got job in a better company. He got job in a very average company because he was a graduate and I was an MBA. But today, after 25 plus years of work life,
where we are, we ventured from being an employee to entrepreneur to coach. Both of us are on the same level, doing the same things, coaching our clients to get the results they are after. And but none of our clients ask us, this question that whether you have done MBA or no. So I truly believe,
yes,
that's my belief, okay? I'm not saying that's the ultimate belief. I truly believe that life skills and technical skills are more important to grow in your career, especially in the long term, and just an MBA degree. We're not challenging your other thing. We're just trying to put forth certain things. Also choosing your career, which is aligned with your values and personality. Like my personality was so much suited to be in the profession of sales, and that's why so good. That's a big advantage as compared to, I have colleagues who are all coming from an MBA background. When I joined I joined an American company, and they were all MBA guys there, and I was still a little above them. But what was it all about is my personality that I had selected for the job.
So my question to all of you who are attending this live session today, I would really want to know whether you've done an MBA or no, and how has it really helped you in your career? If you've done an MBA or no, and has it really helped you in your career? Did it give you an entry advantage or advantage in any other different ways? We would love to have your opinions, because all those who are attending will also get a different perspective, which may match with ours or may not match.
Absolutely.
But it's worth getting those different perspectives. So looking forward for your comments.
As there's no one way that's the right way.
Yes.
Okay? There can be two right people saying two right things. So that's what we are trying to do here.
And MBA is only worth the experience, time, and effort.
And the expense also.
Yes. When the graduate plans to work in a field which is related to business, or wants to grow in a management career, or wants to start a company as a founder, an MBA may not be useful for those working in other industries like IT, technology, or professionals like CA, CS, law. Any company for that matter will prefer a CS and a law graduate to manage their secretarial and law functions, rather than having a CS over a CS and MBA combination. So, some skills which are very suitable and their professional degrees always will have a much higher say in that particular function than a generalized MBA.
But if you are a CS and you are planning in the future to get into a management role, trying to be the CEO or CEO or something of that stuff, then definitely MBA will be required.
So, of course, one more important thing here to consider is, with a growing number of colleges, universities, and business schools offering MBAs each year you'll find new colleges emerging, right? So the value of this degree is really becoming diluted. I remember how tough it was to get through an MBA in those times. I literally got my admission in the second, I think probably 2 months later when the college has started, because they started an additional specialization. It was that difficult. Today, of course, it is difficult in the premium institutes, but otherwise you do secure an admission in an average MBA college. And that is why, unless you have pursued your MBA from a renowned institute, whether it's in your home country, that's India, or you've gone abroad, it will not meet your expectations. Recruiters and hiring managers tend to place a higher regard on an MBA from a top tier institution that they might not see when you have taken it as an online course or from an average organization. I remember one of the people actually writing to us when we put up this poll that he did an MBA and he did not get a rise in his salary, and that he found was very, very depressing because he had put in so much money to do that additional degree. So for professionals returning to school, taking a break from their career and going and studying an MBA full time in a second tier or third tier institution, there is a risk of investing time, money, and effort without reaping the expected benefits.
Hiring managers are aware that MBA alone doesn't necessarily make someone the perfect candidate. That's really important for you to understand. How we know this? Because we are coaching a lot of hiring managers, so we know where they're coming from. Some argue that individuals who have reached leadership roles with this degree might have done so even without it. Okay. Additionally, having an MBA doesn't set you apart if you lack essential skills like adaptability, resilience, empathy. If you're not outgoing, if you're not easygoing, if you're not confident, just having this degree may give you that entry to a certain level, but it will not take you to the top. While an MBA could improve the chances for you to secure a job interview, not two ways about it, and that too from a good reputed institution, but it doesn't ensure that you will secure the position. And that is why it's important to be aware of this.
Does pursuing an MBA offer a competitive edge during the initial stages of one's career? Indeed, it does. It opens door to a lot of options, offers you more lucrative starting packages compared to those who are just a graduate or probably have done a normal post-graduation degree. And that is why it attracts better companies at entry level. For example, if you've done an MCOM or an MA, or probably an MSc degree and versus an MBA, you'll always find companies entering an MCOM or an MA will not be that great opportunities, but great companies would come to an MBA college to hire people at the campus recruitment level. So it definitely has a great advantage between an MCOM versus an MBA. The initial starting packages would definitely be better. But it's also important to consider MBA over other MBAs. So under the conditions that all the factors remain equal, top tier companies tend to prioritize candidates with an MBA over these other degrees, but with an MBA from a premium institute. Now we have to understand, however, that the crucial point here is that all the other things held constant. So an MCOM or an MBA with similar skills probably will get an advantage with a degree in his pocket on a CV. This implies that personal growth and development holds much greater significance than merely acquiring an MBA degree. Further, also, you must take into account this financial aspect, right? We all know that MBA tuition fees are considerably much higher than a postgraduate degree.
An MBA from a prestigious business school undoubtedly provides a significant advantage. The salary package are substantially higher than those of other degree programs. Not to forget that the cream of the crop is admitted to those institutions only, these institutions, okay? So they already possess an edge over the competition. And of course, the benefit they get from extensive training from reputed faculties in these institutions makes all the difference. I remember speaking to one of the mentors in the insights that we did, who had done engineering from IIT and then enrolled for management in IMM Ahmedabad. He said the grilling that they went through in those 2 years prepared them for a tough, demanding corporate world. Also, the immense knowledge the professor had of the subject, and along with what's happening in the world and discussions on how can they resolve these problems, made him a visionary, and that helped him not only to better career, but also led him to contribute the underprivileged in a big way.
So this entire example really shows how he could do so well. But the key here is he got admitted in one of the most premium institutes, and the faculty then were so amazing. The experiences that they gathered when they were grilled, they were made to work late nights, submit those assignments on time. They were taught to think differently. They were not taught to just take the answer as was presented on the board, but they were questioned, why do you feel this answer is right? So that tickled their thought process, right? And in general, because they would be staying in the campuses and the faculty were in the campus, they would meet together after college hours, discuss on these worldwide issues, brainstorm with each other. Having a senior who has probably 15 to 20 plus years of experience for a fresh graduate is really amazing, right? So you get some idea, some understanding of the world. And that is why probably most of the times I have seen this, the biggest organizations, when you look at the CEO and MDs, many of them will be having an MBA degree from these premium institutes. So that definitely is an advantage. But the question here is, like I said, we especially discuss on mid-age. So while you have some 12, 15 years of experience, does an MBA on its own facilitate career growth, especially when you are in this mid-career phase?
The answer is very categorically no. We have clients who have achieved, like one client of ours, they have achieved 2 major career breakthrough and now holds a director level position in one of the largest multinational corporation. She does not have an MBA degree, but she has an ambitious woman who has worked and trained hard, kept learning new skills to get there. She came to us to get coached to figure out where was she stuck and what she needs to change in her to grow further in her career. That got her these major breakthroughs, doubled her salary in 18 months, and today she's working in a director level position, which is so amazing what she has achieved in such a short span.
But yes, one of the benefits of pursuing an MBA at a mid-career stage in these premium institutions is the networking opportunity. It's easier to connect with people through these online learning at the weekend classes. However, more crucial is whether these connections can be continued beyond the course. Once you finish an MBA, it really depends on an individual's capacity, his willingness or her willingness to stay connected. And if you actually possess the skill of connecting and networking, then you can develop a professional network through this platform that we are talking today, we are connected today, and that is LinkedIn. In fact, both of us have met such wonderful, amazing people through this platform where we could connect them for these insight series that we have done previously and will continue again in the coming future. They have shared all their life experiences and it has benefited so many people like you who've been attending these live sessions.
Not only that, every day, every single day, we spend an hour on connecting to 2 people each, for people from the LinkedIn platform who come to us to ask special questions and queries about their career. And we are so glad that every day we are able to help them. So another reason, what I would like to put here to consider pursuing an MBA is when you aim to transit into a different career path altogether. Often you may have developed experience in one particular area, but after a few years, you may definitely want to shift from being a subject matter expert to a managerial or business oriented role. Like I have a client who is wanting to do that. He's been in a domain something, now he needs to do a shift, that's how he'll grow. In such cases, a full-time MBA program, which is we're talking on-campus training, okay? Classroom study, assignment, project, collaborative learning environment, that can provide real value by equipping you with practical skills beyond the mere acquisition of a degree certificate. What is important, like, my client has just doing that similar degree, and I'm telling him only one thing: just gaining knowledge is not going to grow. Okay.
So in fact, just to validate what Dheeraj was just saying, a client of mine did his MBA from one of these premium institutes after 17 years of his work experience. He, like Dheeraj, was just a graduate, had really worked hard to get the position and the salary that he was earning at that point. Now he was feeling that he was stagnating and he wanted to study further to enhance his knowledge. So he enrolled for an MBA designed by these institutes for working professional. Now you must be aware these classes generally happen on the weekend. So you can continue working and you can attend these classes on the weekend. He kept applying all what he was learning in these classes on the weekend during his work life. Then those amazing brainstorming sessions for, those projects which were case studies, which were presented by the faculty, discussing these projects, finalizing those assignments, brainstorming ideas and thoughts with all those amazing bunch of successful people who also had enrolled along with him. That started giving him some newer perspectives. Now, with his new gain understanding and implementing what he was learning simultaneously at work, brought him some amazing results which he had not achieved before the MBA. And that's how he got an amazing hike in his salary. He had 50% hike in his salary, which he had never ever got in these 17 years. But you know what is the conclusion here? The conclusion is not that MBA degree. So knowledge on itself, on its own, is of no use. But when you apply what you have learned in the classes, in your work life, with some practical sense, that gives you a huge leap in your career.
Absolutely. Knowledge on its own is not power. Knowledge is potential. So when you use that knowledge in your work life, that's how you will get the power and you will get that an experience to go out and deliver. On the other hand, I have one of more client who did an online MBA with an above average institute. Okay, I'll be clear on that. But did not see any gains in his salary after he completed the course. It had bettered his profile to apply for a newer job opportunity, but did not give him an unfair advantages over others who applied for this. This is the reason what I'm trying to put here. He did not apply anything. He just finished the program, he got the degree, but whatever that he was learning, whatever that he was gathering, he did not actually apply in his work front. And that is why he was not able to crack interview. Because when you learn something and you apply, and the interviewer asks you question, you have something to show. Not your degree, but the work that you've actually done when you learn from this kind of institute. He did not. And that is why it's so important that when you go for an MBA degree, whatever that you learn, you need to apply that.
So, of course, he bettered his profile. It was looking good on his CV that now he has an MBA degree over his graduation. But did it give him an unfair advantage over others who had applied for the similar position? Of course not. So, it might be okay for you at an entry level. You can secure an interview call, but you can only get the job based on your experience and expertise, what you have gained, the results that you have delivered in your previous job. So if you're wanting to work on the business side or take up higher management roles, or you're aiming to shift from being a technical expert to management side, plus if your industry that you work in, probably it's manufacturing industry that you're working in, which values this degree, because we know the newer emerging industries, whether it's IT or technology, doesn't really value an MBA. It really values the IT skills, the technical skills, how updated you are on the technology, how good you are with people. That is what they value more than an MBA degree, right? So if you are in an industry which values this MBA, then doing an MBA, and I would repeat, from a premium institute and applying all what you're learning in theory to the practical side at work will definitely give you that jump in your career. On its own, MBA can just be an entry point. It can get you interviews. It can get you hiring manager reaching out to you, the recruiter reaching out to you, but it will not help you clear them. It can help you get a job, but it will not help you overperform there. So MBA on its own doesn't guarantee you.
We are not sure. We are not sure whether it will or it will not. Thus, it cannot be a generic decision. It should be a well-thought decision, especially in the mid-age, where you have to invest money, time, probably also take a break from your career to complete the degree. So keep these points in mind and then take a decision to invest your money, time, and energy for doing MBA.
So if any one of you who are listening to us right now,
yep,
or probably will listen to our recordings later, if you are in a dilemma and you're in a mid-age, you're going through a career crisis, and you're thinking that probably taking this degree is going to help me grow in my career, but you're not sure, then I would offer you an absolutely free 30 minutes complimentary session to help you gain clarity on whether this will be a right decision for you or no. Definitely, we'll be able to give you some framework on what you can take a decision, but the decision is going to be absolutely yours. So to summarize at the end, MBA or no, both are, both have their pluses and both have their negatives. MBA from an average institute versus a premium institute, of course, a premium institute is much better. MBA in a mid-age, just to get a salary hike with that MBA, doesn't work. But what you've learned from a great institute and you've applied, it definitely gives you a greater salary hike. If you've taken a break from your work, gone there on the campus, learned new things, and you are backing that up with practical knowledge, what you've learned on the campus, and coming back and applying those life skills at your workplace, you will definitely get a much better opportunity and growth in your career. Unless you're looking for growing in the management roles or wanting to venture into the business side of the company, MBA is not really of use. So considering these points, do take a decision. And like I said, we are still here, available. If you want, you can reach out to us and we'll be there helping you to make this decision.
One thing we can promise you, that whenever you reach out to us, whatever state you are, whatever complexities that you have, and you're not able to decide, we can give you utmost clarity, because till now, every day, we do this with 4 people. 2 she does, 2 I do. What we do, we just listen to them and we give them complete clarity on where they are and what they need to do. Same thing we can do with MBA or not MBA. So reach out to us. And once again, thank you very much for coming here and have a great weekend. See you next Friday on
How to
Ace Your Career. Bye-bye. Good night.